Monday Health Minutes, sponsored by Valley Health.
Hi, I'm Melanie Schaefer. This is Monday Health Minutes with Valley Health. High-functioning depression. Have you ever heard of it? It can also be called persistent depressive disorder. It's when you're going through and doing the things, but it's just so hard sometimes, and you could be experiencing depression. So we're talking with psychologist Dr. Corey Booth about that today and how it applies to children and adolescents. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, Melanie. Thank you for having me.
It's a great topic because a lot of parents say, you know, my kid is doing all the things, but it's just different. So let's talk about some of the signs and symptoms of high-functioning depression.
Certainly, and in this particular circumstance, it's a challenge because the onset of a persistent depressive disorder is somewhat gradual or insidious, and so oftentimes there's no clear demarcation that now there's something concerning going on. Now, what we can monitor are changes in our children's mood, increased irritability, grumpiness, grouchiness, as well as finding ourselves more easily brought to tears or our mood more easily changed, and increased isolation, so not wanting to spend time with folks as much as we once did, and not engaging in those pleasurable activities or things that we used to enjoy.
Right.
Are oftentimes good indicators that there might be something going on that needs to be addressed.
Now that sounds like classic symptoms of depression. How is high-functioning or persistent depressive disorder different than other types of depression?
Certainly. So with persistent depressive disorder, we do see some of those signs of classic or what we would refer to as major depressive disorder. The difference here, the big difference, is that we don't see as many symptoms. And so folks who experience major depressive disorder might experience a few symptoms over a longer course of time. So usually about a year is what we're looking to see if we're looking at the diagnostic criteria. The challenge here, though, again, is that it's a very gradual onset, and it's not always as clear that there is something going on.
Right. You said that, gradual, insidious, but can there be triggers to something like this?
There can be, certainly, particularly to children and adolescents. There can be things, within the home that might contribute to the onset of something like this. Bullying, stress at home, parental conflict, moves, right? Mm-hmm. Changing from school to school.
That can be big.
Absolutely. Those can all be big. But then again, sometimes there's not any clear explanation as to what might be responsible for something like this presenting.
Let's talk about treatment and how we can help. What options are there?
Certainly. There's good evidence to support both what we refer to as cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, as well as from a medication management point of view. On the medication side, I always encourage folks to discuss this with their primary care physician first to see if there might be an option there, if it might be indicated. From a cognitive behavioral therapy or talk therapy is what some people might refer to that as. We're oftentimes trying to help folks learn to identify the emotions and learn skills to regulate the emotions, change some of those thoughts that might be driving some of those depressive symptoms, and then learn how to engage in behaviors that are going to bring about some more of that positive mood for them in order to help them kind of cope and work through this.
Okay, so we need to watch for all the same things in our grown people too.
Indeed.
Dr. Booth, thank you so much for being here. Some great information to pass along. We appreciate it.
Most certainly. Thank you.
Thanks for being here for Monday Health Minutes.